Welcome back to another Five Nights Sonic's Maniac Mania video. I know we should just hop right into it because I know you guys probably seen some of the other episodes in the series, so we're just gonna hop right back into the challenges. We've completed all of these. As you can see, we now have to head on to Burning Blitz. Some of the other easier challenges, we're probably gonna be heading on doing Burning Blitz, Splash Shooter, and then winding away. So yeah, let's do Burning Blitz. Very easy to cheese this one, like usual. Probably won't spend a lot of time talking about it, but you know the strat. Close both doors and then go for the power system. You see, at the end of this video, we are going to be also buying the last plushie that we need. I think we do get more plushies over time, but this is the last plushie that we need. Which other animatronics? We have all those guys, of course. We have the tails. We have this guy. Yeah, we got to go back and do some more power recharging. I was just exploring a little bit, see what we had. There's nobody on the nightmare floor. Do have people that come to the vents though. That's gonna be a bit of an issue right now. Both of these doors are closed. There's nobody on each side charging the power. And there we go. Mario gets us. So Mario gets us in the first. So it's either one of these two, I think, because these guys, they don't affect one of those two. I think it is the one that goes into the vent. The vents I meant. So right now we need to focus more heavy. I was just searching in the first part. Right now we need to focus heavy on getting the power steady so that later on we can focus on keeping that power at a higher level. We were getting down into the 70s and I did not want to get down into the 70s. Early on, I wanted to relatively later on, probably 2 minutes in. Right now we just need to focusing on making sure that there's nobody on each side of the vent. No movement in each of the vents. I'm not checking floor 1 for probably the entire time. We just need to keep going on. Every time we hear movement, we have to. Yep, and then there comes Mario. And there's this Mario. And cheesing this is a little bit harder than usual because of those two animatronics, because we do have to let go of the power at a certain point. But as you can see, we're only down into the mild 90s. Yeah, mid-90s. Mid-90s at 2 a.m. That's actually pretty good. I want it to be around 70 at this point. But we are way over, we way undershooted that. So we are at 95% right now. Next time we hear a vent noise, we are kind of cooked though. Save ourselves. Yep, he comes out, check on us. Let's do. It's as simple as that. Yeah. And there's Mario. And Tails is blocked. Oh, we need to reset video signal. Or camera systems. We need to reset camera systems. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. We're still in the 80s. At 6 a.m. There's really nothing else to say about it except... Oh, that's one. That's one. We were so close. Oh my god. 6 a.m. I didn't hear a second one. Alright. What do they want? So we got new jump scares, of course. We got this one. That was incredibly close. I did sell it though because I was too greedy with power. We just have to do Burning Blitz again. This time I'm going to be a little bit more cautious. I'm going to let the power die a little bit more. We were in the 80s, so I would have been fine if we were in the 30s or the 40s at that point. Because we still have... We are consistently having more than enough power. Yeah, I thought we were going to hear a second one. Did I hear a second one? Maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, we have to be a little bit more careful. And we have to be a little bit less conservative with the power. 100. Okay. 98. Yep, there we go. That is the simple method. You have to listen for 2. And then he's gonna come in. We're just gonna keep our mask on. We're gonna be fine right now. Do not worry about the power. Be more worried about your safety at this moment. Because then we can spend the rest of the time right now until we hear another vent dump. We can spend the rest of the time charging up our power, getting back to probably about 93%. Because that's how we're gonna do it. We just gotta get all this again. Alright, that's one. In this game, you have to use your ears, man. That's two. Bang. There we go. There we go. Simple. But yeah, that's really about it for how this level is achieved. We die mainly because we suck. Power's fine. Power's in the 90s, and we are in the 90s, and we are still in a great spot. We just dealt with the Mario. We're in the 80s. It's 4 a.m. That's great. Halfway through the night, and we have more than half power. It's wonderful. Okay, that's one. Just gonna go down just in case. Go down again. That's two. That's two right there. It's as simple as it can get. Okay, we're in the high 70s in the power. That's good. Would have been fine in this spot at like 2 minutes, maybe even a minute 50. A little under under 3/4 power. It's good. We're way past 3/4 of the night. We are closer to. No, less than 1/4 of the night. We are farther than 1/4 through the night. We are almost a 3/4 through the night. So I'm not incredibly worried about power at this point. Plus, we haven't heard. Oh, I assume that was number one, and that's of course number one. We lost video signal. Gonna assume that we have a number. Yep, number two. It's number two. Our power's probably, yeah, we're at 50%. Well, that's fine. We could literally not charge the power for the rest of the night and we'd be fine. But I'm gonna charge the power because I need to keep things smooth. I think the guy's gonna come at 5 a.m. or 5 minutes. What's that? I think everything comes in certain time intervals. I think that's how this game works, is everything comes in a certain time interval. It's like, yeah, 5:15, 7 a.m. I'm not worried right now. That's one. That's... We deal with them. Bada bang, bada boom. We still have 50% power by the end of the night. That is extremely light. Alright, so we got that. I'm anxious to see what we get. So, I'm gonna buy it.
Look and see what you'd like to buy. Thank you for purchasing.
We bought all the plushies. There's a second page.
Thank you for purchasing.
So I don't know what that is. Wait, there's a third page?
Hi, Luigi. Welcome to my shop. Look and see what you'd like to buy.
Okay, there's more. Yeah, those are all 5. So we're just gonna keep going in Maniac mode. Burning Blitz. We've done it all. Or actually, wait, we haven't done these. Whoopsies. Alright, on Splash Shooter. This one's gonna be a little bit more interesting. I think this is just the FNAF 1 game with the Yoshis. And Yoshi's very similar to the mechanics for how we dealt with the Marios. And I don't think that's how the next one's gonna go. I think that we're gonna have to try a little harder on the next one, is what I'm saying. We Probably won't have to close the door, so that's probably not going to eat up as much power, but I'm still a little worried of what we're going to have to do for the next one. But yeah, overall, feel not too bad. Wait a minute. This Sonic. Okay, I'm getting too distracted. Alright, you gotta remember one. I'm curious to see what this Yoshi does. And like what this Yoshi. Yep, that's number 2. It is as simple as that. Now, my number 1 worry is Withered Yoshi. So what does Withered Yoshi? Does Withered Yoshi do like the same thing as Withered Mario and come from the other side? But there's no visual cue with Withered Yoshi. Surprisingly. Withered Yoshi is just watch out for the audio. And that is actually great design. That's number 1. I'm just gonna bring it down just in case. We can't take any risks in this one. That's one. We've got no Withered Yoshi cue yet. Okay, that's probably a sign that I need to chill out. And the best thing about some of this is that we can do that with the mask on. So we can deal with, oh, god dang it. Come on. Camera systems. Yeah. Somewhere in the 80s. At 80 at 6 a.m. That's literally amazing. That's 2. That's number 2. We got that. $8 a.m. with 86% power, I think. I think it was 85 because it probably went down right as we left, but that's fine. But yeah, whew. Splash Shooter is finished. Now it's winding away. This one's a little bit different. I think this one is the FNAF 2, like everybody at you. So I think we have the main guys. We have the Wizards. We have these ones. I'm not sure. I know that these ones are. Hold on. I don't even know. Let's just hop into it. Okay, we need to look and see who we have and who we have to deal with. How do we deal with these threats? Alright, number 1. We've tangled. There's no need. We have all these guys in the back. We're not using much power right now. Okay, we have that guy. I don't know how to deal with that guy. But I think it's fine because there's tangled. And there we go. I don't know how to deal with that guy. How do we deal with that guy? This guy. So I think that's Nightmare. Like a nightmare. What achievements? Oh no, I don't want to do the tutorial. Alright. Well, I got myself in a sticky situation that I don't want to be in. Alright, so that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.